One guy has single-handedly flipped the league, the world on fire.
Messi! Could it have been any other way? Magnificent!
And I think a lot of it is not natural ability for Ronaldo. As brilliant as he is, I think it's just sheer hard work, determination, desire to live for the goal, courage. He's got a lot of courage, wants to get in there, he's brave. I've said it before, the guy's a genius.
He won it!
There was a time when football wasn't just a game, it was a debate, a choice, a global argument that raged for 15 years in stadiums, in schoolyards, and on screens across the world. Messi or Ronaldo? For nearly 2 decades, they didn't just play football, they were football. They were the two poles of the sporting world, a pair of titans pulling the entire game into their orbit. Their rivalry became the grand narrative that gave a generation of football its meaning, its tension, and its glory. And now, that era is over.
There's been great debate over the last few years with him and Messi.
The 2023-24 season kicked off without either man playing in Europe for the first time since 2002. The stage they commanded for so long is empty, and in the silence they've left behind, we have to ask, what have we really lost? An era doesn't just fade away, it gets a clear end date. For Messi and Ronaldo, that came in 2023. First, after a bitter exit from Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo left for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia.
Cristiano Ronaldo is to leave Manchester United by mutual agreement
At the very end of 2022. Then, a few months later, Lionel Messi finished his chapter at Paris Saint-Germain and crossed the Atlantic to join Inter Miami. For the first time in 2 decades, European football's heart was beating without its two most dominant forces. The duopoly was officially dissolved. It was Ronaldo himself who put it into words. In September 2023, when asked about the rivalry, his answer was surprisingly wistful. "The rivalry is over," he said. It was good, a healthy rivalry that spectators liked a lot. He added, "Whoever likes Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't have to hate Messi, or vice versa, because they're both very good. They changed the history of football, and they keep on doing it." He described them as professional colleagues, who respected each other after sharing the stage for 15 years.
The rival don't exist. The meaning of this word is not.
Those words, "the rivalry is over," were more than just a soundbite. They were an epilogue, written by one of the main characters. The relentless season-by-season war for supremacy was formally finished. Their departures from Europe weren't just career moves. They were a seismic shift in the football landscape. The two kings had left the continent they ruled, each starting a new adventure in a new world. The central pillar of modern football, that captivating, constant question of Messi or Ronaldo,
These lot have been there for 10, 12 years doing it.
was gone from the weekly drama of the European leagues. To get what we lost, you have to remember what we had. Football always had superstars, of course. There was Zidane's impossible grace, Ronaldinho's joyful magic, and the original Ronaldo's explosive power. But we had never seen two all-conquering giants emerge at the exact same time, seemingly destined to be each other's greatest foe. For the better part of 2 decades, they were locked in a fight that turned the greatest of all time debate into a defining feature of the culture. Their origin stories only added to the myth, like two different blueprints for greatness. On one hand, you had Lionel Messi, the quiet kid from Rosario, Argentina. Diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency as a child, his talent was so undeniable that FC Barcelona famously agreed to fund his treatment, signing him on a legendary paper napkin. He was a product of La Masia, the club's academy that preached a gospel of teamwork and possession. Messi was the ultimate expression of this philosophy, a player whose genius felt almost mystical. He didn't just play the game, he bent it to his will, the ball glued to his foot as he weaved through defenders like they were ghosts. He was the artist, the natural prodigy. And then there was Cristiano Ronaldo. From the small island of Madeira, Portugal, he was forged in a different kind of fire. A raw, explosive talent at Sporting Lisbon, he was quickly snatched up by Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. In England, a skinny, flashy winger was moulded into a physical marvel, a monument to ambition and sheer hard work. His journey wasn't about innate genius, it was a testament to relentless dedication. Every muscle was sculpted. Every part of his game, his shooting, his heading, his power, was honed to a razor's edge. If Messi was the magician, Ronaldo was the perfect athletic machine, a player who seemed to defy age and physics through pure force of will. Their styles were worlds apart, but their hunger was identical. This contrast created a narrative that was simply irresistible. The rivalry was already simmering in their early years, with Messi at Barcelona and Ronaldo at Manchester United. It hit a peak in the 2009 Champions League final, where Messi's Barca came out on top. But the real golden era, the explosion, happened that summer. Cristiano Ronaldo made a world record transfer to Real Madrid.
Last, Cristiano Ronaldo has landed at the Bernabeu. Ronnie's rocketed into the hearts of the Real Madrid faithful.
The two best players on the planet were now in the same league, playing for two of the fiercest rivals in sports. The stage was set.
Many things in Manchester, but this is the life. This is my new house, my new club.
From 2009 to 2018, La Liga was the center of the football universe. This was no longer a long-distance rivalry. It was a face-to-face war, fought at least twice a year in the pressure cooker of El Clasico. Those matches weren't just games, they were global cultural events. It was Barcelona's tiki-taka against Real Madrid's Galacticos. It was Messi's intricate, mazy runs against Ronaldo's explosive direct attacks. The entire story of Spanish and European football was told through the lens of their duel. One would drop a hat-trick on Saturday, the other would answer with his own on Sunday. They put up absurd numbers, both regularly smashing the 50-goal barrier in a single season. During this time, they turned the Ballon d'Or, football's most prestigious individual prize, into their personal trophy.
The France Football 2019 is Mr. Lionel Messi.
For a full decade, from 2008 to 2017, no other player won it.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It was a constant tug of war for that golden ball, a symbol of who was the best in the world that year. Messi would pull ahead, then Ronaldo would catch up. Their 9 seasons in Spain weren't just the peak of their careers, they were the peak of the rivalry. They pushed each other to heights that seemed impossible, setting a standard of excellence that may never be matched. As Ronaldo said, they changed the history of football. The debate was so fierce because they were so different. It was a clash of styles that gave fans endless ammunition. Watching Messi was like watching a master at work. His genius was in the details, the efficiency of his movement. He's even said he uses the opening minutes of a game to walk the pitch, scanning the field and identifying the weak spots in the defense like a predator. Then, with a sudden change of pace, he'd explode. His dribbling was a force of nature, leaving defenders tangled up in knots. He saw passes no one else did, a playmaker and a goal scorer rolled into one. His greatness was defined by his close control, vision, and a supernatural ability to find the net.
Everyone has his opinion, but nobody can doubt that he is there with the greatest all the time. For me, I said many times, is the best. It will be difficult to understand a player can appear and compete what he has done in the last 50, 70 years.
Cristiano Ronaldo, on the other hand, was an exhibition of athletic perfection. His greatness was loud, powerful, and undeniable. He was the complete forward. In the air, his leap was legendary. From a distance, his shots were like rockets, swerving with his signature knuckleball technique. In the box, he was a ruthless poacher, a master of finding a sliver of space and finishing with deadly precision.
Look, stats, they smack you in the face. Yeah. The stats are incredible. To say that he scored more goals than appearances for Real Madrid, 650, I mean, that's abnormal.
And unlike Messi, who was almost exclusively left-footed, Ronaldo was a threat with both feet. His game was built on speed, power, and an unshakable self-belief. He was celebrated for his physical gifts and his ability to score in any league he played in. Where Messi was often seen as reserved, Ronaldo was the showman who thrived in the spotlight. This split made choosing a side feel like a philosophical choice. Did you prefer the artist or the athlete, the quiet genius or the relentless machine, the natural talent or the product of hard work? It was this narrative, even if a simplification, that made the rivalry so profoundly engaging for the entire world. All golden eras have to fade. The first real crack in the Messi-Ronaldo epoch appeared in the summer of 2018. After leading Real Madrid to a third straight Champions League title, Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the world and left for Juventus in Italy. The 9-year war in La Liga was over.
First though, what could be one of the most sensational transfers in British football history? Manchester City have been offered the chance to sign Cristiano Ronaldo 12 years after he left Manchester United. Our colleagues at Sky Italy are reporting that City will bid £25 million in the next 24 hours and that Juventus will accept the bid.
The direct, twice-a-year battle that had defined the sport was gone. They could still meet in Europe, but the raw intensity of El Clasico was lost. For 3 years, the rivalry became a long-distance affair. Ronaldo kept scoring in Serie A, proving his adaptability, while Messi remained the king of Barcelona. But the magic felt diluted. The sense of an immediate, ongoing battle was gone, replaced by checking stats online. Then came the second, even more shocking fracture. In the summer of 2021, a tearful Lionel Messi was forced to leave Barcelona, the only club he'd ever known, due to its catastrophic financial issues. His move to Paris Saint-Germain was a seismic event. He joined a super team with Neymar and Kylian Mbappe, but it just wasn't the same. He was no longer the centerpiece of a system built around him. Seeing him in a PSG shirt just felt weird, like a priceless jewel in a crown that wasn't his. With Ronaldo in Italy and England, and Messi in France, they were still giants of the game, but they were no longer sharing the same stage. The era wasn't over yet, but the end was clearly in sight. The final act of their European story saw their paths split dramatically, ending with one moment that, for many, changed the entire legacy of their rivalry. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey became a winding road. After Juventus, he made a highly emotional return to Manchester United.
Manchester United have signed Cristiano Ronaldo. It has been confirmed that they have agreed a deal with Juventus. They have tweeted the news, "Welcome home, Cristiano." So they have announced that he will be subject.
I was there with 18 years old, and of course I'm so happy to be back home.
It started well, but the second season fell apart, ending in a messy public divorce in late 2022. He then made the groundbreaking move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, a decision that closed the book on his time in elite European football, but opened the door for a wave of stars to follow him to the Middle East. He became a pioneer, continuing his incredible scoring record, but he was now outside football's traditional centre of power. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi's path seemed to be building towards one last epic quest. After a challenging time at PSG, all eyes turned to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. It was the one major trophy that had eluded him. What followed was something out of a storybook. Messi was transcendent, leading Argentina through a dramatic tournament. In doing so, he became the first player in World Cup history to score in the group stage, round of 16, quarter-final, semi-final, and final in a single tournament. The final itself against France was an instant classic, a chaotic 3-3 thriller that ended in a penalty shootout. When Messi finally lifted that golden trophy, for many critics and fans, the GOAT debate was settled. It was the crowning achievement of a career without equal. After that victory, Messi surprised many again. He chose Inter Miami in the MLS, turning down a massive offer from Saudi Arabia and foregoing a potential, though financially complex, return to Barcelona. Like Ronaldo, he had left Europe, but the context was completely different. In the eyes of many, Messi had completed football. He moved to America not as a player chasing a final glory, but as a champion who had won it all. A tale of the tape. Now that the on-field rivalry is done, all that's left is the argument, fueled by a mountain of staggering stats. Most, which is exactly why the debate will never die. Start with the case for Cristiano Ronaldo. If football is about one thing, scoring goals, he might be the greatest ever. As of mid-2026, he is the all-time leading goalscorer in men's professional football, with a mind-boggling tally closing in on 1,000 career goals. His dominance in the UEFA Champions League, the world's top club competition, is undisputed. He's the competition's all-time top scorer and has won the trophy 5 times. Ronaldo's legacy is one of pure volume, longevity, and a relentless hunger for goals. Now for Lionel Messi. While Ronaldo has more total goals, Messi has a better goals per game ratio over his career, scoring at a more efficient clip. But Messi's genius isn't just about scoring, it's about creating. He is the overwhelming all-time leader in assists, holding a significant lead of well over 100 on Ronaldo, highlighting his dual threat as a playmaker. Then you have the individual awards. Messi stands alone with 8 Ballon d'Or awards to Ronaldo's 5, a huge margin in the race for individual glory. And of course, there's the ultimate trump card, the World Cup. It's the one trophy Ronaldo never won, and the one that many believe puts Messi's career in a tier of its own. Even in their post-European careers, the contrasts remain. Ronaldo continues to score at a prolific rate in Saudi Arabia. Messi, meanwhile, had a transformative effect on Inter Miami and the MLS, leading the club to its first ever trophy and having a massive impact on the league's profile. The numbers don't give a clear answer, they just give each side more ammo, and maybe that's the beauty of it. We may never know for sure who was better, but that was never really the point. The point was the debate. The point was the rivalry. Their legacy isn't just a pile of trophies and records, but a collection of unforgettable memories burned into the minds of every fan lucky enough to watch it. We were there when 2 kings ruled the world, and we'll be telling stories about their reign for the rest of our lives. But that's just our take. The beauty of this rivalry is that everyone has an opinion, a favourite moment, and a choice for the GOAT. So now it's your turn. Who did you prefer? Messi or Ronaldo? What was the moment that defined the rivalry for you? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your stories from this golden era of football. And if you enjoyed this look back at the greatest rivalry in sports history, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the beautiful game. Thanks for watching.